Hi everyone, Tzvi Goldwag here. This week we're still in the book of Exodus. We just started last week, if you remember. And in this Parsha, we're talking about after hundreds of years of slavery, Pharaoh is letting us out of Egypt. Why did he do that? Not because he was a nice guy. It's because God gave 10 plagues on him. I want to talk about the third plague, the plague of lice. Not so pleasant, but it's very interesting.
Now, it's very interesting that only on the third plague of all the plagues, this is the one place that Pharaoh's magicians say, Vayomeru etzba Elokim hi. This is the finger of God. This is something that we cannot compete. We cannot create. Now, speaking of human lice, there are three types, and I want to talk about two of them. The one you see here is the most famous one, the hair lice. Not so pleasant, but not dangerous. But this one is the body lice. This is more dangerous. It passes bacteria from one person to another, and probably this is what the Egyptians were suffering of. Now let's talk about archaeological excavations. This is an example right next to my house in a place called the Givati parking lot. They've been digging here for years already. And they find pottery, and they find stones, maybe sometimes they found some bones. But organic material you're not going to find, which means if you're looking for a piece of wood or a scroll or something like that, I'm sure there were thousands of scrolls already back in those days in Jerusalem, but you're not going to find it because it's disintegrate. But if you're looking in a place like this is Qumran, right next to the Dead Sea. This is where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found thanks to the dry climate. And it's kept today very well at the Israel Museum. But another thing they found are the daily things that people used in Qumran. And we found also something similar to what you're looking at here. This is from 3,000 years ago from a different place in Israel. But the same idea, a comb made out of wood. Now, it's not the only example. We have one here from Switzerland, from the Stone Age. And this is another one from Ashdod, here in Israel, also from about 3,000 years ago. Now, why is it so interesting? Because when they took these combs into laboratories, they actually found traces of lice and lice eggs. And they could tell what type of lice it is by the DNA. For those who are dealing with human migration, this is very interesting because these parasites stick to the human body and they move with him from one place to another. So by their DNA and compare it to other sites around the world, you can tell the migration of the human kind.
So it's amazing, huh? How modern day technology can help us understand things of ancient times. There are many other technologies, amazing things that really blow your mind that are being used today in archaeology. We might talk about it some other time. So Shabbat Shalom to all of you from Jerusalem, and let's hope we'll never suffer of this plague.